why you need to be seen to be paid and prosperous in 2026. This is the theme of our live stream today. I am blessed to be surrounded with 5 of the featured speakers at the Activate Your Prosperous Life Summit that I am hosting all month long. My name is Jennifer Sifert. I'm a shaman, a leadership mentor, and an energy strategist. And I've been working on creating this summit to really activate prosperity in the world and bring together all the highest frequency people I know who are on the same page. And we're here to help you get the prosperity, get paid, be seen in 2026. So I'm going to go around the room today and really, give you a good sample of everyone a couple times. Everyone's going to get a couple times to talk. So please stay on. You can also comment and let us know you're here, and we can interact with you at the same time as well. So thank you so much to everyone watching live or watching the replay. So Trisha, you're right there in front of me. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your work, and how it connects with being visible. What about your work and being prosperous this year?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for doing this as well. So I own a company called Portrayals XR and another company called WebWorks. And I will say that my technology is my superpower. So we've niched down to just helping coaches. And we do that in quite a few different ways of being able to put all the puzzle pieces together for lead generation and being seen, right? So I am definitely this year, I just did my new personal brand, which is TrishaLee.com. It's TRICIALEA.com. And I just redid my personal brand to be more seen in 2026, because I do know that as a business owner, it is like the most amazing and hard spiritual journey you will ever go on being an entrepreneur, and especially a startup. I didn't know until really last year how hard having a startup is, and amazing all at the same time. And just, I can definitely see all of the infinite possibilities. And I think that, going through like my customer journey of where I wanted them to come in from, is it really defined that I needed it to be about me and my personal brand. So that's how I'm showing up in 2026.
Awesome. Personal brand. And I know that there's lots of us here that we're all a personal brand. We can totally connect with you. Irina, please tell us about you, your work, and how being seen is so important to being prosperous this year for you.
I love that question. And thanks so much for doing this. As I'm all about manifestation. I'm all about the law of attraction. Let's stop chasing and let's start attracting our clients, our money, and everything what we desire in our life, because it's a completely different game. And I love to play that game. I look at life as a game, and we all can up level the way we are playing and the way that we are winning. And I'm definitely here to win in 2026 and bring everybody on board who is ready to step into their own power. And visibility is the key, because again, when I'm working with the clients, and if people are coming and saying that I have not enrolled enough people, and I say, did you have enough conversations? Did you actually be visible enough, right? Because it's all the number games. And that's why it's super important to be visible, to speak out, and really let the world know, because there is no lack of clients. It's all about our positioning and how we can actually reach people. And I love what you're doing, because this is another gem of mine, that I'm actually connecting with the coaches and creators who are ready to be visible in a bigger way, through the summits, co-creations, through the giveaways. This is something I am teaching others. So if you're listening to this conversation, and if something is just saying to you, yes, I want to check it out, yes, I would like to connect with you. And Jennifer, I'm super excited for you that you are doing this event, because this is the best thing what we can do for ourselves. And visibility comes when we are actually hosting these kind of events.
I know. And also the collaborations that I'm being exposed to and like the people that I'm connecting deeper with is another benefit of hosting this summit and, creating the stage. I love creating stages. I think I've been doing it for a while now. But back to Christelle, tell us some more about you, your work, and how visibility is so important for you in 2026.
Yes, thank you so much, Jennifer, for this amazing platform and this summit that you have created. And it's great that it's happening now as we are hitting the ground running with 2026. And visibility is really my lane because I have a podcast booking agency. As you see, I'm your podcast matchmaker. And my mission is to get experts, coaches, and professionals on stages where they are seen by the right audience. So I understand that you started your business or your brand because you wanted to help people. You have a gift, you have a skill, you have a talent that you know is changing lives. You already have evidence with your clients of how much your gift and talent has impacted lives. So my job is to make you more visible, but not everywhere in the right groups. Because one thing about visibility, when people hear it, they think they need to be everywhere. No, you don't have to be everywhere. You just need to be where your people are. And that's really what I do with my clients. I choose the right podcast where their ideal audience is to get them on, because you need people to see you, yes, but you mostly need the people who need what you have to offer to see you. So that's why I think this summit is amazing, because visibility is key for people who really want to help. The more people know about what you do, the more people know about how you help and support, the more opportunities you have to impact their lives. So yes, that's why we are here to talk about visibility and ways to do it. And my lane is really to get you on the right podcast.
I love it. I love it. And when you're on the right podcast, you're talking to the right people, like people who hear you, the people who are listening and seeking you out, and magnetizing them to you is a lot easier. You're not chasing. Kirsten, I love what you talk about. I always get so enthralled with everything that you're always talking about. So tell us a bit more about what your work is and how being visible is part of it for the 2026 with you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. It is so amazing to be here, and thank you for having me. My name is Kirsten Leekman, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Regen Earth Studio, and I'm also a leadership coach for, and Irina, I love that you brought in, this is a game, for the game changers of our time. This is a time of massive transition, and visibility is one of the most important things we can do. The people who are here to make a massive difference in the world, to create the world we want to live in. As one of my favorite philosophers talks about it, Charles Eisenstein, is to create the more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. We are out there, but our voices are not yet heard or sidelined. And it's the regenerative movement. So a lot of what we work on is going from impact to regenerative, which means it's life-giving. It is, we leave a positive mark. We enhance life when we build our cities, when we create our businesses. And so I love working with regenerative entrepreneurs who are really looking at, yes, of course I want to make more money. Of course I want to be prosperous. Of course I want to have an impact. How can we now take that to the next level where the impact becomes regenerative? And it is absolutely essential that we are seen. And my own journey around that is, being the weirdo in the room a lot of my life, because I was thinking more towards that more beautiful future and, didn't do the normal career and all that. So really having the experience of hiding, and this is our year to fully step out and say, there is another way. There is another way to live on this earth, to be with each other, to access prosperity that is holistic. So
you can go more, you'll have another chance to go deeper. And I love what you're saying and what you're just, I'm in this room with you. we have all had this visibility of like wound that we have been transforming. I know this because I know you all personally. And this is our year. This is our year. And every time, you know, that's the thing is when you work with coaches, and Arena is my summit coach, by the way, and Kirsten and I have done tons of work together, and Trisha and I are doing tons of work together, and Melody and I have done tons of work together. And I want to work with Christelle on their podcast Matchmaker. You know, when you choose to work with people who are all stepping into the power of visibility, you naturally build up confidence. Like you can borrow their confidence, and you can all do it together at the same time. So I'm loving that you're here with me in the summit. Thank you so much. You're really helping me to be more visible too. Melody, tell us a bit about you, your work, and about visibility, your story around visibility.
Well, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And I am just stepping out and embarking on being seen. This is my mission as well this year. And I've been getting the message for a very long time because I know I have a message to deliver. So I'm Melody Jane, the founder of the Medicine Cave. I'm a shamanic priestess, ceremonialist, and sacred sound alchemist. So I work with sound and frequency, helping to clear out the samskaras, the shadows in our subconscious that really hold us back. And, you know, anything lower vibrational, I want to be living in a higher, we are in the abundant timeline now. We are in the new era, the new earth paradigm. So it's a really powerful time and a new beginning this year to take action and put ourselves out there. And obviously that is imperative to try and have a world web client-based business. So I really want to be out there and putting my voice and my light out there. And as scared as I might be and terrified of it all. So thanks for helping me, Jennifer, navigate all of this internet stuff. But I'm so excited to be here and contribute to with this amazing platform that, of people that you have gathered.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. And I like that you said that this is the World Wide Web. Like we are all online businesses, whether we know it or not. Like this is
How
the
could
way
we not know
advertising
that?
and marketing, right? What did you say, Kirsten?
I said, how could we not know that?
I know, but we like forget. We forget, like, oh, I'm an online business. No, yeah. Even though you're sitting in your office, you think you're working some other way. Anyway, let's go with Trisha. I want to go deeper into your talk. Your talk is going to be the divine purpose within, remembering who you are. So when you register for the summit, you're going to get access to everyone's talks. They're going to be delivered right to your email over 14 days. And when I was doing all of the interviewing for the talks, I expanded and learned and grew every talk. So this is very, very much connected with prosperity. Like you're going to grow just by pressing the button to register. So let's talk to Trisha first. Her talk, The Divine Purpose Within, Remembering Who You Are. How can we connect that to being seen and paid and prosperous in 2026?
Yeah, well, I think stepping into your purpose, it sounds like a lot of us are very much in line with what we love doing. And I am of the opinion that you can absolutely get paid for what you love doing all the time, right? You should not, I don't think that we were sent here by our creator to just to be able to be stuck in jobs that we don't want to be in. And so I think when you can tap into that soul purpose and really show up, then you want to show up. You want to be out in the world. You want to help other people and you want them to be prosperous. I mean, one of my biggest things is like, I have spent the last 14 years trying to reprogram this subconscious mind. So I will start doing the things I actually want to be doing and not just trying to keep myself safe. Right. And so I think with all that stuff, I want to help people be able to heal and rewire so much faster and be able to help the other coaches be able to help their clients too. So that way it's not just like one-to-one, it's like one to the masses. So I can help heal millions of people. And that is literally what my soul came here to do. And technology is just a part of that.
I love what you're saying. And you are the tech wizard. You've created this beautiful platform, which when you come to the summit, you're going to hear more about. of how you can make passive income as a coach with your intellectual property, with your teachings while you're sleeping. And I'm working with Trisha, so I'm going to be launching that this year too, which is a huge, big step for me. Irina, go ahead one more time.
I was going to say, just wait for Jennifer's digital AI twin. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's the next thing, February. Irina, tell us about how your talk, Manifest Cash on Demand, like connects to being visible. Of course it does. Manifest Cash on Demand. Tell us how it connects to being visible and prosperous.
I just love it because remember, we are the ones to either create something or destroy with our thinking, right? Everything stems from our thinking. Manifestation is actually something we are doing with every breath we are taking, meaning that we are constantly living in our heads and we are creating something there, right? And majority of time we are creating the lack because this is the way we were wired, right? With the society, with the family, with the just environment that we were living in. So now our job is to really connect with, okay, I actually can be the creator of the money. I do not have to rely on the economy. And that's why I love to do what I'm doing, because I constantly keep telling people that the economy has nothing to do with us. Whatever is going around us has nothing to do with us. No education, no age, no bank account would determine what is possible for us. We are the ones to decide what is possible, right? And that's why I love the topic of manifest cash on demand, because this is something we all can do. And when we talk about visibility, why don't we manifest more visibility, more clients who energetically connect to us? And that is something I'm passionate about to share. Again, there is a way that we can manifest more of what we want rather than just sitting in circumstances, because circumstances are always going to be there, right? But we, as the speakers, know better than we do not have to have the circumstances to define us. So that's exactly, we can manifest more visibility through thinking differently. And it's all about staying curious and say, what if I test something different way? What if I try something? And I love the key, Jennifer, because somebody already has the answer for us, right? And why don't we partner with somebody who has the roadmap? Somebody who already been through that way and already achieved the results. Because again, if we are just throwing the spaghetti on the wall, it's a long way to go. So we can all speed it up by actually partnering with somebody who can show us the way and who can guide us and who can actually hold our hand. So that's my invitation, and that's my 2026 declaration.
Awesome. I love it. And you always tell me this too. You say this a lot, and it always hits hard, is manifestation works better in group energy. It really it amplifies in group energy. So that's what we're doing here on the live streams when we're going live every day. And when you're also connecting with the emails every day of the summit, you're connecting with us, whether you're in person or reading it, like you're still connecting. And that's how manifestation works and how we all transform. Christelle, your talk is Become the Trusted Voice You Were Born to Be. How does that, tell us a bit more about how your talk and visibility and prosperity are all coming together.
I love what Irina said, about not having to figure it out alone, not having to reinvent the wheel, but actually relying on somebody who knows the way to take you to the finish line. That's exactly why I offer it, my services as done for you, because can I teach you how to book yourself on podcasts and how to monetize it and what to do to repurpose it strategically? Yes, but as a business owner, successful coach, you don't need one more thing to learn. You need results, right? You need results. And for you to know that you get the results without extra work on your plate, you need to trust somebody who knows the way. And that's what my team and I do, right? We do it for you because we have done it. several times. I did it for myself first, and then did it for clients. So you can trust the process and trust the system. And how does this make you the trusted voice in your space? As you mentioned, the topic of my talk is because people don't know you outside of your network or your cycle or your followers on social media. So, and even those who follow you, sometimes they still question things. We're talking about AI twins, and we know how AI is powerful now for creating content. We all use it. I use it. So people have had a harder time to decide who is the real expert, who to go for when we are looking for a solution. We're looking to hire a coach, we're looking to hire a service provider, who to trust. The internet is flooded with everybody sounding like an expert. Now, when you get on podcasts, people get to connect with you at a deeper level. I have coaches here who do spiritual work. They understand energy. People hear you, and something within them can let them know if you're trustworthy, if you know what you're talking about, if you are the person they should work with. And that's the magic with podcast guesting, really, because people, first of all, don't listen to podcasts randomly, like they're scrolling the internet and they see a video, a live stream of Jennifer with speakers and they stop. No, they actually go on podcast apps and choose a topic they want to listen about, people talk about. And when they find your interview, you have their attention, either 30, 45 minutes. So it's faster for you to build trust with that audience. And of course, it's an aligned audience because you got on a podcast that was really researched to ensure that you are speaking in front of the right audience. So that ideal audience finds your talk, have 30 minutes, which is a long time, right? Nowadays, a long time. People don't give you 30 minutes like that. So when they go listen to a podcast, you get their attention, and they have time to trust you because they feel your energy. They probably resonate with your story, and you have 30 minutes to put everything there. In a conversation, you can say a lot of things that in one post you cannot say. In one post, you cannot put your backstory, your journey, your success clients. You can't do all of that. But in one conversation on a podcast, you have a time to do that, which builds trust faster with people who didn't know you before. And that makes it just way easier for you to have more people to help and serve and grow your business. So really, that's what my talk is going to be about.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I highly encourage you to, even just right now in the links above in this post are everybody's links. So click on them and follow them while you're clicking on the link to register for the summit, of course, as well. And Kirsten, I love the title of your talk, Thriving at the Frontier of Change. I love living at the edge of change. It's so potent and powerful. Tell us how thriving at the frontier of change and visibility and being prosperous in 2026 are all connected.
Yeah. So the real big thing is that there is always a group of humans that come in to a lifetime and they want to push the edge. They hang out at the frontier of change. Now, in our world, in our current situation, that means people are talking about DAOs and sociocracy and permaculture and blockchain and cryptocurrency and all the new ways in which we can design a world that might work for more people. But that leaves everybody else who has no clue what they're talking about cross-eyed, right? So what we need to do is become bridge builders. We need to be able to take these concepts of regeneration, of life-giving, of how we could design a new world and become visible in the fact that we understand where everybody is and create the language where people can actually hear what is being said, to feel the possibilities, to live into the hope of what could become. If we keep hanging out at this edge and this new language and these new concepts, nobody is going to be able to follow. And so what we do in our programs, in our the regenerative entrepreneur and our foundry, is we help bring in the very tried and true business concepts, right? The framework of what does it mean to have a lucrative, prosperous business, at the same time pushing the edge on what's possible and creating that new. And so the visibility piece is, let's speak in a way that the rest of humanity actually understands what the hell we're saying. Right. And so that's really the core essence of how the two connect, is we're wanting to create this more thriving world, a world where all can thrive, including the earth, including the creatures on earth, including all of us, in a prosperous way. And again, we're also redefining prosperity, or expanding this idea of prosperity. You know, I was just introduced to a book called the 5 Elements of Wealth, something like that. And you know, there's emotional wealth, there's financial wealth, there's mental wealth, relational wealth. So there's these different aspects of wealth that we get to now live into. So I want us to not just focus on prosperity as being financial. People get happier when they're completely fulfilled on all aspects. And that's really 2026 to me, is this understanding that we get to live into a very different way of being wealthy, and expanding into that, and the delight and the aliveness that comes with having it all. Really, you know, no more just niching down into one thing or focusing on this at the expense of everything else. Being regenerative means being regenerative on all levels, and expanding and alivening into that.
I love it. I love it. And yeah, like prosperity consciousness. It's an edge kind of word, those 2 words. And that's what we're going to do this whole month, is we're going to start really normalizing prosperity, abundance, wealth in
Yes.
every holistic realm: emotional, physical, energetic, mental, banks, things, people. Like, I feel so wealthy and prosperous right now, just in this moment, being here with you, and how that can, you know, expand us. Melody, your talk, New Earth Paradigm, I love it. The ascension to 5D. This is an edge thing too. So like, we need to really explain, because lots of people in the audience won't know what that means. So, but the ascension to 5D and the New Earth Paradigm, what does that mean about being seen, like, and being prosperous? I know prosperity consciousness is connected to that.
Well, abundance is our birthright. Yes, I love what Alina talked about, our lack consciousness and growing up in a certain situation. We have these limitations, and the limitations are all in our mind. So as I work with sound and frequency, and also I work with a lot of mantra and intentional songs, and you know, we're speaking our reality into being. So our words, our thoughts, our things. And yes, some people don't really understand what that means. It's like it's a vibrational field that we're creating around ourselves, and we want to be vibrating in an abundant place. So we've all been going through so many upgrades and ascensions, and our DNA has been is like coming online. There's been so much happening since about 2012, and this is like astrological cycles that are showing us, and these unprecedented times of this new era. Like the Mayan calendar did end in 2012, but we're starting this new 26,000 year cycle. It's the matriarchy, right? We're leaving the patriarchal times behind, and control and power outside of us. And it takes time for us to become like living in a new way of being. We're learning to, you know, live from our hearts, and we're not living in our minds, and we're not judging and like putting things out there like, oh, we couldn't, like, we're limiting ourselves every time we judge something, or you know, we're creating, there's going to be so many innovations happening, and like wild and crazy things being created, just because people are dissolving the limitations that their minds tell them that we have, because we do not have any limitations. We are the creators on this, in this universe. We are the beings with free will. So, you know, it's just being able to dream that dream into reality, and bring it into the 3D reality in our bodies, right? We're leaving 3D as in the constraints of our bodies, and we're activating more light. We're bringing in more light into our bodies. And on the planet, like, we've been flooded with all of these solar flares, and that's where all of our light and information comes from, the sun. So every time a comet comes by, and I don't even know what this 3i Atlas is bringing us, but so much cosmic wisdom and brand new fresh light and energy that the planet has never seen before. So all of this light and energy coming is free of karma. It is free of trauma. So we're anchoring that down into our bodies. And this is really a new era of like becoming our authentic selves, like connecting more with our soul light and our soul's intentions for being here, like we've been living our little personality, and the white picket fence and that whole thing, the 2.5 kids, what you're supposed to do. And a lot of us are, we're not here for that little contained life. We're here to expand into our souls. We're magnificent divine beings, and there's just really no limitation. So yeah, I want to help everyone awaken to their power within, and, just to create this new world together, because we are creating it together in our bodies and in platforms like this and talking about it. Yes. It's very exciting.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It is so exciting. And it can sound, that is the thing with no limitations and all possibilities. The universe or yourself, don't you love being excited? Like, don't you love feeling excited? Don't you love it when you're like, oh, I love what I'm doing, and you're in that energy of, ooh, this is cool? That's where I've been creating this. And when you hang out with other people who are in that kind of energy, it just like you naturally just amplify and feel good being together. And it's like we're entraining ourselves to come online to a more prosperous energy. We remember to like stop thinking that way. You don't need to think that way. You just snap out of it. If you were like, I like Cher, how she says it in Moonstruck, snap out of it, like you don't need to think scarce anymore. We don't need to limit ourselves anymore. And that's what this summit is going to activate this month. So I encourage you to register for the summit. And I'm so grateful for all the featured speakers. This is just a sample of the featured speakers who are in the summit. There's 30 plus summits, and 30 plus speakers in the summit. And I'm still interviewing more. There's more people who want to speak on this summit. So thank you so much for being live with me today, my friends. And I'm so grateful for you. And thank you so much for everyone who watched live and is watching the replay. Please leave us your comments. We'll get back to you later in the chat.
I love it. Can I just add one more thing just to say that whoever is just watching, and maybe somebody who is coming new to that, maybe just, like pondering, maybe you just started your business and thinking, is this for me? It's for everyone. Trust me, it's all about just staying curious and learning, because again, there are so many great experts. You are definitely going to connect to somebody that you like to continue your journey with, because again, we are always better together than apart. And we were not meant to grind and just do our business on our own. So join the party and continue manifesting great things. And Jennifer, thank you again for having us on this beautiful summit.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And we went over time, but oh well, it's Saturday. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.